What is up, guys? Rick Kackis here. Thank you so much for joining me, and today I'm at GuardianCon, and if I sound a little bit different, I may or may not be slightly hungover. That may or may not be the fault of a bottle of rum provided by MTash, but that is neither here nor there. I wanted to bring you guys some really sweet Destiny 2 info that came out officially during this event. So let's just jump right into this. So, first off, Bungie kind of teased what is next for the franchise, what's coming up not only with Shadowkeep, but what's beyond that. So, this is the image that Bungie unveiled, and as you can see, looking to the right side, we have winter season, spring season, summer season. Now, all of those are redacted, not too much we can get from that, but the important thing is that this is showing that the old annual pass model, which had a winter, spring, and summer DLC release, is staying true. That's staying the same. Hopefully, Bungie can learn from the last annual pass. I mean, stuff like Season of the Drifter wasn't too great. Stuff like Season of Opulence was fantastic. I would love 3 Season of Opulence quality expansions. That would be so good. But what's really interesting is the first image, Season of the Undying. Now, that is representing what's happening with Shadowkeep. So the actual wording, Season of the Undying, is interesting, but that makes a lot of sense. We know from the Vidoc that during Shadowkeep, we're going to be fighting some of the bosses and enemies that we already fought. We're fighting Crota, we actually see a Guardian fighting Gaul and stuff like that. So that lines up beautifully with the Undying part of Season of the Undying. These Undying enemies that are being brought back, and we're going to have to face again with new mechanics and new challenges. But it's the image that they chose to represent this season which is super interesting. It's a Vex Goblin. Why? Why is the Vex being featured here? Because with Shadowkeep, of course, with the original announcement image, it's on the moon, which is controlled by the Hive, as far as we know, and also the structure in the background, the massive actual keep, that's a Hive structure. That is definitely not a Vex structure. Why is it the Vex? Well, the connection is definitely that the raid of Shadowkeep is taking place in the Black Garden, which, as far as we know from Destiny 1, is controlled by the Vex. So perhaps the Vex are not only in control of the Black Garden, but they are kind of the masterminds behind what's going on in Shadowkeep. Perhaps it's Vex technology, it's the Vex that are bringing these old bosses back, that are making these massive enemies undying. That could be our thing, and that's super interesting. But also, seeing this image joggled my memory, and I was like, this is from something. Well, let's look back at this very blurry image here. This is actually a leaked image of the DLC plan for Destiny 1. And as you can see, we had 2 DLCs, and then Comet, which turned into the Taken King, and then 2 DLCs after that. Now, the DLCs after that didn't really materialize. But if we look at an enhanced version of this image, you can see after Comet Plague of Darkness, which again turned into Taken King, we have Vex Void. And that image of the close-up Vex is pretty much identical to what they're using to represent Season of the Undying. Now, this Vex DLC, again, assets were made for this, they were working on this, but it never materialized. It was scrapped. In fact, there actually a while back was a leaked trailer for this expansion. So, could some of the assets of Vex Voids, could some of the ideas of this lost Vex Void expansion be being used finally in Shadowkeep? That's something really interesting to think about, and again, I didn't expect the image of the Vex to be used to represent Shadowkeep. I think they're going to have a lot more of a part to play than we originally thought. But moving on from there, the other thing I want to talk about is something super cool. Bungie has a booth here at GuardianCon, and one of the things they're showing off is a brand new exotic machine gun that is coming with Shadowkeep. So here's an image of it, and it looks pretty normal. I mean, it looks cool, of course. Destiny weapons are always cool, but that looks pretty normal until you reload it, and you can see inside the thing powering or enhancing the bullets of this gun is like a bug. There's there's an actual bug in amber, in some sort of thing inside this exotic machine gun that is giving it some sort of crazy funk. Now, you're probably wondering, what the heck is this bug? What can power a gun that's kind of a living thing or a frozen thing? Well, I asked the lore masters, Bife and Milan Games, and they both said, bro, I have no idea. So this thing is totally new, this thing is totally crazy, and I'm so interested to see this in Shadowkeep. But here's what's cool. We already have. There's actually a quick clip of a Titan using a machine gun, and it's this same machine gun. Now, you don't get to see the reload or the bug, but as you can see in the background going over this clip, if you look at the barrel where it actually has fins, and I called this out in my original breakdown of this trailer that this was an exotic, and I was right. So you can see the fins, and they match up perfectly with the fins on the barrel of the machine gun they're showing off at the convention. So that looks, again, identical to me, and it's interesting that, again, we already have gameplay of this crazy new exotic. Now, I said back then, and this could still be true, that these fins on the barrel have appeared once before in the Nemesis Star exotic machine gun from Destiny 1. Could this be from the same manufacturer? That's an interesting possibility, but of course, that's kind of a leap to make, but I'm going to let you guys decide. Alright, that is it for the news coming out of GuardianCon, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video, found it informative, and if you did, please remember to help me out by simply rating and especially sharing this video. If you guys want to see more Destiny 2 content similar to this, don't be afraid to slap that subscribe button. If you guys want to get in touch with me and keep up to date with the latest channel activity, best way is to follow me on Twitter at RickKackis. Again, I hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, have a good day.